Double 10 2017 has just passed. We must remember that the fight for the rights of the indigenous people in Taiwan continues. This fight is linked to the fight of all people to live in a democracy and to have freedom. No one in Taiwan is free unless all of us are free. The rights of the indigenous people in Taiwan are also linked to the rights of the indigenous people of North America, specifically the Standing Rock Sioux tribe, who have the basic human right to clean drinking water. This right is being attacked by the Dakota Access Pipeline, which will carry tar sands oil through indigenous land. Why is this pipeline being built? Oil. Why is America dropping bombs on 7 Muslim countries? Afghanistan, Pakistan, Iraq, Syria, Libya, Somalia, and Yemen. Oil. The people in these countries are dying from American bombs. They have the basic human right to live. The greed for oil profits and general greed are literally killing Muslims and indigenous peoples. The right for Muslims to live is linked to the rights of the indigenous peoples of the world. Greed and racism motivated the genocide of indigenous people of the Americas. Oil greed and Islamophobia are motivating the genocide of Muslims in Central Asia, the Middle East, and Africa. Oil is also contributing to climate change. The rights of indigenous peoples to drink clean water and the rights of Muslims to live free from American bombs is linked to the rights of all of humanity to live without impending climate change that will make the planet uninhabitable and kill all of us. This year, Columbus Day in America fell on 9 October, one day before Double 10. Los Angeles, California, the second largest American city with a population of almost 4 million, compared to Taipei's almost 3 million, has changed Columbus Day to Indigenous Peoples Day. This is one victory for humanity. President Tsai Ing-wen's apology to Taiwan's indigenous peoples was also a victory for humanity. But more needs to be done. The rights of Taiwan's indigenous people and all people in Taiwan and all people everywhere in the world is a global issue. The greed for oil, resources, and general greed has driven human history. It was greedy white people from Europe that went out to conquer the peoples of the Americas, Africa, and Asia. White supremacy drives human history. We ignore it at our own peril. It recently reared its ugly, violent head in the American city of Charlottesville, Virginia. White supremacy has been given permission by the white supremacist American President Donald Trump to be violent. It was candidate Trump who told his supporters that if they become violent, he'll pay for their legal defense. It was candidate Trump who called Mexicans rapists and called for a ban on Muslims and was endorsed by the KKK. And after one white supremacist murdered a Bernie Sanders supporter, 33-year-old Heather Heyer, Trump said that Nazis and the KKK are fine people. Trump then pardoned a law enforcement officer who was found guilty of illegally racially profiling Latinos. As we approach the 1-year anniversary of that terrible day when Trump became president, we must continue to fight for the human rights of all of us. The other choice is death. Taiwanese people can help Americans by going to America. Taiwan passport holders can stay in America for 90 days. That's 90 days of activism, civil disobedience, and fighting for justice on the front lines. But be warned, the cops in America are not like the cops in Taiwan. American cops will shoot you. They will kill you. And if a white supremacist tries to kill you, American cops might stand by and just watch, as they did in Charlottesville, where they were caught on video doing nothing when one white supremacist took out his gun and fired at unarmed counter-protesters. All of us in Taiwan can also bring at least one part of America to a halt. We can use our bodies to block the entrance to the American Institute in Taipei. We can also use our bodies to block the construction work of the new de facto American embassy in Nauru. If you're in America and worried about getting deported or fired from your job for protesting in the age of Facebook Live and Instagram, wear a mask. Here in Taiwan, you can wear a mask as if you had a cold or are riding a scooter, and dark glasses and a hat. Humanity may ultimately go extinct, but to paraphrase the writer Chris Hedges, we must fight war, nuclear war, climate change, greed, and Trump, not because we will win, but because they are war, nuclear war, climate change, greed, and Trump.